Okay, so I decided to film a second time. I've never like really done that. Actually, no, I have, whereby I like do the intro repeatedly, but I didn't even do the intro. Let me do the intro. What is up, everybody? It's your boy Shazwi, and welcome back to another video, Shazwi gang. Yeah, how is everybody doing? I'm doing all right. If you're new to the channel and you're clicking on me for the very first time, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and also turn the post notification button so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. Now, with that being said, let's get straight into today's content. Let's go, everybody. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and whatever part of the world you're watching me. Thank you for joining me on another video. So as you can tell, we're going to be doing another review of Insecure. So this is going to be a review of the third episode titled Low-Key Thankful. And I already said that the next 10 Mondays are going to be dedicated to reviewing the show. So I already started, so let's not stop now. I am quite notorious for not being consistent with things that I start and then I end up not finishing them and following through. That's not to do with school though. When it comes to school though, once I start something, I go at it and I finish it. But when it comes to like other things in my life, ugh, there issues there. It's a whole other story. Yeah, so this is the latest time I've ever actually filmed and uploaded a video. It's right now. It's actually 11:23. It's almost 11:30 at night, my time, and that's only because I had a busy day finishing this 5 to 7 page essay that I had to do. Fortunately, I did finish it, and I did it within 4 hours. Yeah, over 2,000 words. It was a lot, and it's like I did my research and doing the essay on the same day. I did a little research prior to that, but due to my procrastinating ass, I didn't like really properly prepare for the essay or start it because I had ample time to do it, and it was due today, and I was like, damn, I really gotta push through and do this essay. So yeah, but I'm happy I finished it, and it I read it over and it looks really good. Last time I procrastinated in this class for an essay, I ended up getting an A on my essay. I got a 38 out of 40, which is excellent. It's an almost perfect score. So I'm not really worried about this essay. And I hope that you're safe and that you're healthy during this time. And with that being said, let's get straight into the review. So this episode is titled Low-Key Thankful, and it's centered around Thanksgiving. So it's Thanksgiving time. People are, going to their families or they're trying to do their own Thanksgiving, whether they're alone. And that's pretty much the theme of this episode. It's centered around Thanksgiving time. Um, so this episode starts off with Lawrence, who's giving himself a pep talk in the mirror. He's, going over his interview notes and what he's going to say in this interview because he wants to either work at a new company or get a promotion at the company that he's working at. And so yeah, he's at his place with Condola, and then he's talking to Condola, and he's like, hey, you can come over to my friend's place, and, you can hang out and do Thanksgiving there because Condola isn't from LA and she doesn't have family. And then Condola says, oh, no, I actually am hosting a Friendsgiving at my place. And he's like, oh, okay, can I come over? And then she's like, yeah, sure, that's cool. And so I initially found it weird why Condola didn't invite Lawrence, or at least didn't think of inviting Lawrence to a Friendsgiving event. But it's later on revealed in the episode why she didn't do that. But I'll get to that very soon. So then we go on to find out that Lawrence's workplace, his company, is going through some issues. I think they've been having monetary issues within the company that maybe require certain liquidation of certain assets. I'm not sure what's going on, but whatever issues the company is going through, they're now starting to lay off people and it's come to a sort of almost standstill. And so he doesn't really get the promotion that he was looking for, like the bosses at his work sort of flank on him, but he still has job security, he still has his job, but there are issues going on at work. And then We then go on to an awkward moment where there are a bunch of awkward moments throughout Insecure. That's why Insecure is so it's about being insecure and creating awkward moments, and we love it. And so Issa goes to this coffee shop, which happens to be a coffee shop that Gondola goes to pretty often. But she, I guess, didn't know that. But who cares? You can eat whatever you want. It's a free country. So she's at this coffee shop and she's doing her thing and she's watching a show. And guess happens to be there? It's Lawrence. Because LA is so small, I guess, so people run into each other all the time. So Lawrence goes over and he says hi to Issa. I mean, they're friends, they're cool, right? And they start talking and they start sharing all of these jokes, and they have this cool banter that they have, and they talk about movies and jokes in movies, and which is pretty much how a lot of their relationship is that they have this comedic banter that they have, and they like the same things, they're into the same goofy things, they're both nerds. And that's one of the things, we love about their relationship, is that even though post breakup and them being like friends now and being cool, they still get to share jokes and they still get to have this chemistry that they have, you know what I mean? And it's not awkward. And so Condola comes in, because obviously Lawrence was there to meet Condola. And then Condola, she's like, oh, ha, 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 you know what I mean? And it gets a little awkward. And you can obviously clearly see that she's a little, taken aback that they're still joking, that they're still, having this cool chemistry that they have. But it's whatever, it's still fine. But these little moments of silence that they have, and it gets awkward. And then Issa does this funny thing whereby even though she was meant to eat there and have her food takeout or whatever it is, like she actually was gonna eat at the place. But because Lawrence and Condola like staring at her, and there's this awkward moment, she decides, you know what, I'ma just carry the food that you got me out and just leave. And there's this like weird moment where she's carrying the food and it's like literally on the plate, like she was gonna eat there but she doesn't. And that was just so funny. Like this has definitely been the funniest and like this most awkward episode like so far, but I love it. And there was some pretty interesting cameos in the show that I really loved. So it's awesome. So then she carries the food, and so as she's about to leave, she looks back at Lawrence, and that's a huge indicator that Issa still has feelings for Lawrence. She's still into him. You know what I mean? And that's how I interpreted it, because she really did look back, and he was hugging Condola and having this like nice moment, and she's like, "Oh, girl, I see you." You know what I mean? And then, yeah, so that was pretty funny, and then so they were taken to Molly and Issa at the supermarket, and they're basically like, Molly is doing shopping for Thanksgiving, just getting things that she wants to get, like to cook it at her parents' place. And then we have Issa also just buying things for herself, and then also for going towards the block party. But she admits that, damn, I can't buy all this shit. I can't afford all this stuff. I can't like splurge whatever it is. You know what I mean? It's yeah. So then Issa and Molly have this sort of tense back and forth that goes on. One person says something and the other says something, and it all started when Molly said that, hey, I'm thinking of bringing, Andrew to my parents' place for Thanksgiving. And then Issa's like, I don't know. I don't know if that's a good idea. I wouldn't want old Molly scaring him. And then, Molly's like, what? Like, she's taking it back, and then they go into this tense back and forth. But I'm happy that they both admit that, hey, I think, we need to talk, because it seems like we've been off. Issa admits that, Molly admits that. So they're like, we'll talk at Thanksgiving, because, we really need to talk things out, because it seems like there's been this sort of tense tension or whatever weirdness that's been going on between the two of them. So I'm happy that this season we know that it's building up to the fall of their friendship. But I'm happy that they're acknowledging that there is this weird tension and stuff that's going on within the relationship, this sort of strain. And I'm happy that they do want to talk things out, and there's the acknowledgement. But is it going to happen? Are things going to be sorted? I don't know. My prediction is that probably they're going to reach a point where things do get better, where it seems that they're getting to a better place, and then there's boom, the plane crashes. So I'm not sure, how that's going to play about. But it's definitely going to be something to do with the block party, something that'll happen at the block party. So then, there's this really funny moment where, like, Condola is like, oh, I have piping issues at my place. The plumber was supposed to come and he ditched. And, Lawrence is like, nah, it's cool. I'll fix the water before, your friends come along. And he, like, is watching this YouTube video, which is, like, fixing pipe and nigga tutorial, you know what I mean? It is so funny. Like, I died when I saw that. It was hilarious. I loved it. Like, in this episode, there were so many funny things. And then all of the IG stories, because in this episode, like, Kelly, Tiffany, and Derek weren't physically present, but they were present through just seeing their IG stories. So I think that was a really fun thing to film, with Tiffany and Derek getting sexy and, doing all of this crazy stuff. And Kelly with her anti IG stories and their arm wrestling. Like, it's insane. I love them. And then I also saw that on Kelly's story, like, the crazy neighbor that the tenant that Issa has was there as well with her son. So it's like crazy means crazy. It would have been perfect if, like, Chad was there. He was in the episode, but, like, I would love to see a scene with him and Tiffany. That would be so funny. And funny enough, when Chad was in this episode, he had sort of a moment, not of vulnerability, but I was talking about how he hasn't sold a house in like a month. And, but he's still splurging on things and he doesn't have to. You know what I mean? To keep up appearances in typical Chad fashion. That's how Chad is. He's just a crazy one. So then we find out that things are actually still awkward between Molly and her dad, who, for those of you who don't know, Molly in the second season found out that her father had actually cheated on her mother in the past. And it's something that she didn't know about for a number of years. And when she found out, she took it really hard because she always looked up to her parents as the epitome of a healthy, strong marriage, relationship, because they've been married so long, and she always looked up to them and loved them, and she's always been super close to her parents, her dad. And so ever since she found that out, she's still been acting weird towards her dad, hasn't been speaking to him really like often. And obviously at the Thanksgiving dinner party that they have, it's like there's still that weird tension between them. And obviously her brother is like, hey, you need to stop that, you need to like just let it go. It happened. He owned up to his shit. And I'm just trying to play taboo here, you know what I mean? And it's just funny to see that. And I noticed that Masika was in this episode. I love Masika. For those who don't know Masika, she was like on Love and Hip Hop LA. And she's like, she's also, has a child with Fetty Wap. She's known for that. But I love Masika. Like, she's super cool. She was always like my favorite. Masika's dope. So it was nice to see her there. I didn't know she was an actress, but I guess everyone's an actor in LA, you know what I mean? And then, when we're at the Friendsgiving party, we then have Lawrence, who he is talking to one of Condola's friends, Nikki, who is played by the hilarious Robin Thede, who is so funny, who like has that black woman sketch show. She's hilarious. I love her. And she's drunk and she's talking about, hey, I love how, she said that Lawrence is perfect for Condola because after her ex-husband left her and they got a divorce, she needed someone who was casual, someone she could let loose with, and just have fun. And Lawrence is the perfect person for that. And it was sort of I guess hard or like awkward for Lawrence because it's like he's hearing all of this and he realizes that Condola doesn't want like a really serious relationship. She doesn't want to get married again. And it's like that's what Lawrence wants, because we see in season 3, or was it season 2, Lawrence has in the past talked repeatedly post breakup with Issa that he really wants to settle down. He can't be doing this whole fucking women all the time type shit. Like, he really wants to settle down and have a wife. So it's interesting because him and Molly are in a similar place where they really do want to settle down and have that kind of lifestyle where they get married or have kids or have a long-term relationship. Because with Lawrence, Lawrence had a long-term relationship with Issa. He was gonna marry Issa, very much in love with her, be with her. So it's like being now on the open dating market again, and him having trouble finding someone he can really click with and stay with. And now, he's with Condola, but then Condola is like not wanting that. It's pretty hard for him. And I think it's the show's way of showing that really the only person who's really perfect for Lawrence to give him really what he wants is Issa. They really are meant to be together. That's just how I interpret it. So, then while they're like in the lounge and they're talking with friends, Nikki is like, oh, like, no. What happened was is that Lawrence was talking to Condola's lesbian friends who are trying to plan a wedding and get married. And they were like, hey, Condola, do you want to plan our wedding? And then Condola was like, no, I'm not going to be planning any wedding anytime soon. And, and obviously Lawrence, you can tell he was, like, felt weirded about that, because you can tell he wants to get married to Condola, or he at least wants to get to that step someday with her. And that's not in her state of mind at all. And so a really nice thing that we also see in this episode is that we actually finally meet Issa's mom, who I was surprised the actress who plays her is Tasha, from the game and from other stuff. It's really cool to see that she acts as their mom. It's a really funny thing because, I mean, she is older than them, but it's like, she's still like young too. So it's like funny to see her acting as their mom. And by there, I mean Issa and her brother. And it's really cool that throughout this episode, we saw Issa hang out with her brother all day and seeing that, even though they make fun of each other all the time and have this like, ugh, I hate you or whatever kind of relationship. It's typical sibling relationship. I get it, brother, sister, brother, brother. They're still like so close at the end of the day, and they love each other and they're there for each other. So it was cool to see that they had that really close-knit relationship. And while they were at the, Hispanic restaurant that they were at, there was a super real moment where Issa said something where she was talking about, how she still felt a type of way seeing Lawrence with Condola. And she said that I got the nigga with potential who was a work in progress, and I had to be really patient with him. And she said that I feel like she's reaping, referring to Condola. Issa said that I feel like she's reaping all the benefits of his time with me. And I was like, whew, wow, that's, deep. And, her brother was like, you're not wrong for feeling that way. You can feel however you want to feel, you know what I mean? And it actually reigns true because, Issa really put up with a lot being in a relationship with Lawrence. It was very draining on their relationship, which is what led to her cheating. I'm not saying that there's any excuse for what she did, but, we can sort of understand or see what led to what she did. You know what I mean? So it must be hard for Issa seeing Lawrence be the person that she always wanted him to be, but he's sharing that life with someone else and not her. You know what I mean? So yeah, it was a very real moment to have. So then Condola asked Lawrence one important question. So, after all the friends leave, he asked her a question that surprisingly no one throughout Insecure post breakup with Issa has ever asked Lawrence, which is if Issa, what was the question? Oh yeah, if Issa, hadn't cheated, would you have still been with her? And I thought that was a very important question, and he didn't answer it. And you can clearly tell that Lawrence would still be with Issa had she not cheated. Because Condola was like, you only would have left if you only left because she cheated. And because Lawrence was still very much in love with Issa, he wanted to be with Issa. There was no problem in the relationship, at least from his perspective. And then you have Issa who, was doing her own thing, but she still loved Lawrence, but she did fuck up. And it's like he left because of that, but there's still that love there. And so this episode, more than anything, really shows that Issa and Lawrence are sort of bound to be, I guess, soulmates, or they're going to come back together at some point. And I'm super excited to see how that's going to play out. Maybe Issa is going to choose for that to not happen. Maybe it will happen. But we'll see how that goes. So then there's the stupid LaToya show. How, and with the Toyota, if you watch the episode, you know what I mean. It's so stupid. Let's see. And then the episode ends off with Lawrence smiling and reacting to Issa's IG story, he looks at everybody else's story and it's like cringe and he like skips through it. But then when he sees Issa's IG story, he smiles and actually reacts to it and they start texting. And it just shows that they're really close and they're cool, you know. And he ends off on this episode, ends off, you know, with him smiling, you know, in regards to Issa, and but then like him being in a weird place with Condola yet again, and it's sort of Issa related again. You know what I mean? With Condola saying if there's an ex that, you know, if there's someone that needs to worry about an ex, it's not to you in regards to my ex husband, it's me in regards to Issa. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's that interesting back and forth that keeps going on. So Condola, um, so in regards to the first thing I was talking about why Condola didn't invite Lawrence to, or think about inviting him to her Friendsgiving, she said, "I don't want to feel pressure and I don't want you to feel pressure." And Christina Almore, the actress who plays Lawrence, talked about how Lawrence isn't into the relationship necessarily more than Condola. He just wants to move through the next steps in his life and get to that marriage point, and that's really the main goal for him. And the thing is with Condola, because she doesn't really want a serious relationship or get married and all that stuff, she is she doesn't want the relationship to move so fast, like, oh, inviting him to meet her best friends, and then next thing you know, the family, and then all of this going on, because marriage is not on her mind. She doesn't want to put this pressure of like moving so fast in a relationship. But if he wants to see her friends, then cool, then that's fine. You know what I mean? Like, she's making it clear that the end goal for me is not marriage. That's not what I'm into right now. I just want to be with someone and love someone, but I don't want any sort of baggage or like attachments, and that makes sense. So that was interesting to see Christina Almore, expound upon that. So, yeah, and I agree. Lawrence just wants to move through the next steps in his life. He just wants the whole marriage thing, but but he doesn't realize that the person who he's with isn't really the person for him, in my opinion, the person for him to do that with. If he really wants to settle down with someone and get that settled down life, he's gonna have to be with someone other than Condola, and I think that person is Issa. Okay, Team Lawrence and Issa. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please stay tuned for the very next video. I look forward to seeing you guys again. I apologize if the energy in this video feels weird or whatever. It's been a long day. I'm tired, y'all, but I really enjoyed filming this with you guys. I love you guys so much. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think about the Insecure show. Feel free to share the channel, and I'll see you next time, Shazzy Gang. I am clear. Bye.